You don't like glam rock, you're shit out of luck. That's what I'm doing today. Good morning, little missy. We haven't been in touch for ages. It's going on 20 minutes now. Oh, gotta love it. It's when I discovered rock and roll that mattered. Post hippie. Gotta love T-Rex. This is really, really, really good album. Actually, hits. Kind of generic, but I like the generic is good enough, man. Not doing musicology today. I never. Well, I do, but I don't. If I like it, I'll say it. Fuck my cigarette. Son of a bitch! I broke my cigarette. Sanding. It's gonna be hell on your wrists as usual. Your poor wrists. Eat it. You're gonna get that carpal tunnel or funnel. How I avoided that with some of the jobs I have is a freaking miracle. It's all a lot of wrist stuff. Well, I could smoke it and I still have more. No. Because my last cigarette I would not be live streaming, trust me. What do? I can't do this enough smoke. It's one of my trademarks. The old guy who smokes and wears a hood and Aussie glasses. Can't lose the Aussie glasses. True. Yeah, we don't want to hear you whine. We don't whine on our streams. Hell no. It'd be fun. We don't e-beg. Jessica's gotta really lose that fucking wrist 8-mile long wish list, and she doesn't have any talent, so I don't get it. Why do we forget to support her if she doesn't do anything? She's not trying to evolve. I understand. Come on. You're worth investment, though. You're building a business and expressing yourself and teaching people stuff. So you're legit. I don't fault you for anything. I encourage you. But the weird thing is she could actually legitimately do kind of a domestic science kind of thing, you know, some cooking, a little this, a little that, because she has good taste in things. She's not without some kind of sense of style, which teaching and learning. I don't want to see people who are instant experts at shit. You learn from watching other people fuck up. It's like, look what I just did. Don't do it that way. This is better. That's legit. You know, you can watch. This person actually knows what they're doing. A little morning, Alice Cooper. God, I love this band so much. You have no idea how much I love Cooper. Changed my life. That and Bowie. Those fiends. It drives you, back then it drove you into weirdness, and if you like listening to Alice Cooper and David Bowie, people thought you're a big fag. That's gay music. Hey, Seven's here. Hey Seven, how you doing? Imagine you're working or getting off work or other tomfoolery. You work a lot. so we don't have to. Wait a minute, you don't pay American taxes. What am I saying? I only sponge American tax money, but you guys pay more. You pay more taxes. Yeah, 5 in the morning, good enough time to wake up. And shit, well, I started at 1 in the morning, but I slept a lot. Woke up refreshed. Made some coffee. Turned on my red and purple lights. Put on my hood. He's indestructible, Lasky. He'll go out there and paint a house in snow. Polish his motorcycle. Yeah, it's feeling kind of weird. Actually, talking to my social worker perked me up. He's my test of sanity. How crazy am I? If I talk to the social worker, it all becomes clear how screwed up I am or how sane I am. I rely on for that. Because I can tell him anything. I can whine to him. I can snivel to the social worker. That's my outlet, and he's a good outlet for that. So you guys don't have to hear about it. I'll discuss what's going on in my life, but not in a whiny way. Get some sleep, brother. I love it. You take care of yourself. Always good to see my friend Seven, my brother, man. The tribe. Yeah, I'm concerned about Cobra, and Jessica just amuses me. Actually, I fault her for nothing. It's how she's built. But I would like to see her do real stuff on her bed. I liked watching her wash dishes. I liked it. Like, God, she's a good dishwasher, and look, she knows what she's doing. She's kind of domestic. She could make some great cooking videos. I mean, legit ones. Yay! Spark up her mood. And give her an e-bag. Do something kind of wholesome. Wholesome's good. You could change it up. And she's always going to have trolls, but you can bore the trolls into submission. But she feeds off her trolls. But not in the way Cobra does. Cobra gets away with it. She doesn't. It weakens her. Sorry, I don't like that kind of weakness. Wholesome weirdness is the shit I want to watch. I want stuff that makes me feel better when I watch it. When I watch your stuff, like, I feel kind of refreshed. I feel like she's doing stuff. That's cool. She knows what she's doing. You have very clever hands. It's fun to watch. You're very good with your hands. You articulate your movements when you do stuff. Now you're going to be aware of it, and it's going to piss you off. Now it's subconscious. No way of getting around that. Everybody in their right mind is asleep. Somebody's going to show up. They always do. Well, you show up, and that's all that matters. Aspie shows up. I'm okay. I'm all right. It's the same time of the day for you. Well, not really. Fuck early. Roxy music. Yeah. I like changing it up. And I enjoy the morning streams. They're really different every day. Sometimes I get a whole bunch of newbies, which is cool. But it's in the middle of the week. Little Slade. Yeah. I think listening to them is a pretty good way of starting the day. And I wish more people would do live streams like this, like I do, like you do. Just narrative. Almost like a morning radio show, you know. Keep some of the nonsense people listen to. I don't know how you listen to some of the stuff you listen to, but you're an expert. I know you're a connoisseur. Oh, yeah. Well, afternoon streams really do make me kind of woozy after. But, yeah, I like them too. I did better with scheduling one, but I hate scheduling streams. I really do. Yeah, the last one was great though. So I'll do it again. I'll do it again. You know, if it works once, I'll try it again. If it doesn't work, I'll try it again. Yeah. It really does. Again, it's a lot easier for me to get ready than you because you have your props and tools and crap. I just have to generally move my tripod, my coffee and everything else. That actually can be. Once I'm set up, it's really hard to move around very much. I'm kind of in a corner, right? Can't see, but sitting in the edge of my bed, which I happened. I didn't move the 2x4s to keep it from sagging in, and they're in place, and they're in place, and my catching one right in the butt. Nothing. I can't do it now. Nobody needs to know how shoddy my bed is. It's a cheap metal frame that I busted it, but I had some 2x4s that hold it in place, and it works fine. But they're not. I never bothered to anchor them. I just move them periodically. All the effort I've wasted on not doing it right, it adds up to hours, and I'm an idiot. You know, I can fix this. I got some baling wire done. We could do it in 15 minutes, I think. But you and I both know I won't do that because I'm never in the mood when it strikes me, and I don't think about it until I lay down, and it's pretty easy to adjust. I just don't like doing it. They suck. 1, 2, 3, 4. $1972 is a great year. Little Susie Quattro. One of the greatest rockers of all time that nobody listens to, but Susie Quattro was. She was the Riot Girl, the first. She inspired a lot of bands. That inspired a lot of female rock and roll came straight from her. She's the Janis Joplin of not hippies. So she's cooler. The 70s that was the great, you're right, it's the greatest decade. Beat the fuck out of the 60s. I don't like the 60s. I like some 60s rock, but it's the stuff that isn't that hippie. It's the roots of punk, and they were there. This is part of that too. Glam led to punk in a lot of ways. Not hippie, which when hippie was sandblasted out, it was all style. Yeah, the 60s, I like the surf music. I play a lot of 60s stuff, and it's not the stuff It's not classic rock stuff. Like, I despise classic rock. I don't care what people's fathers and grandfathers listened to, because that wasn't what I listened to. Especially in the 70s, I know what I listened to, and it sure as hell wasn't classic rock. People play a little bit of Alice Cooper, but only the hits. But Alice Cooper was pretty damn big. Bigger than people were. That people really not around in the 70s realized how big rock Alice Cooper was. He was stadium rock. He sold a lot of tickets. He sold a lot of merch, a lot of albums. I mean, he was on top of the world. Then he got coked out and lost it for a lot of years. If you look at some of the interviews he did in the middle of his coke period, he probably weighed 120 pounds. We all thought he was going to die. His friend said, "You got to see this, man. Alice Cooper's dying. He's dying before your eyes." And oh my, Alice Cooper's going to die. And he shook it off and look at me today. So, Alice Cooper's somebody to look up to. Surmounted all of his coke stupidity, and now he's an old man and he's cool as hell and he didn't lose his brains. It's kind of like Iggy Pop. If you don't love Iggy, what's your problem? You gotta love Iggy. You gotta listen to as much Iggy as possible. I don't even know what this crap is. It's not even glam. I don't know what the hell it is. This album record failed me. Iggy can change your life. Oh man, yeah. I mean, brilliant songwriter. He made the last big gasp of Bowie's greatness was the stuff he did with Iggy. It really is. Iggy bailed and Bowie stopped taking drugs. When David Bowie stopped taking drugs, he just got kind of boring. So 1980 was the year that I kind of gave up on Bowie for creating anything new. A lot of us did, and a lot of people started liking Bowie then, and don't really even know anything about old Bowie. Yeah. Bowie's lyrics were so-so. Iggy's were better. But Bowie could sell a song. I mean, he's Bowie. But Bowie learned for the ages because he was a terrible singer at first. Then you could tell he was taking a lot of voice lessons, and it came through. And you can't beat Bowie for style. I mean, Ziggy Stardust stuff, that makeup. Oh God, he was just, He's the reason I started wearing makeup and nails and colorful low clothes. You should have seen me then, Walnut. You'd have fallen in love with me. Yeah, it's better to burn up than to pay the flat price, isn't it? Bowie's so great for a long time. I can't dismiss him as somebody I love, because when he was good, he was great. When he was boring, I ignore him. It's like, yeah. Old Bowie, really old Bowie. I'm talking 1968, and yeah, he was 60s, but he wasn't 60s. The Devil's music. Well, it had the deviltry. Bowie inspired good girls to become bad girls. That did happen. I'm sorry. That was, I could never hang with the bad girls. I got relatively normal girls. Only they weren't normal, but they weren't wild. They weren't normal. Something off about the bunch. In high school, I only had one real girlfriend, but that went on for like 2.5 years, and I was madly in love with her. I like Hank, man. Don't be dissing Hank around me. Hank Sr. was a hell of a songwriter. One of the best ever in history. I had a friend whose father knew Hank. Yeah, well, Hank was vaguely illiterate, but he used to carry a little spiral notebook, and if he heard a good line from one of his friends, he wrote it down, and that's where songs came from. Yeah. Well, Hank 3 is a lunatic, but I love him. Hung out with the White family, and I love the White family. Well, Hank's a punk, straight up. But he hangs out with Jessica White, so he's legit. The fabulous Whites. I'm sure you've seen the documentary. If not, you gotta watch it. I don't like people who don't have any roots in hillbilly and redneck because they're just gonna go along with the stereotype. But the Whites were the stereotype. You know, snorting drugs, stealing, shooting each other. There's one scene where Hank 3 is worth listening to. He's a trip. Junior, yeah, he's solid country. Not my favorite. I like a lot of country. I think I like a lot of styles. I like a lot because I paid attention to good music my entire life. I know what I like. I don't like this to Steve Miller, and I don't like Steve Miller at all. Sorry, I don't know why it's on here. You're supposed to be playing glam here, dude. This sounds more like it. That's glam. I like disco sometimes because I don't want to think, and it's pop rubbish, and I like pop rubbish sometimes. I like bubblegum gum rock. I love this shit. So I get in the mood where I just. If it's funny, I'll listen to it too. I like funny music. Just why does this even exist? You heard some of the stuff I listened to. It's pretty broad. But it's stuff I listened to all back in the day, when I listened to a bunch of people. Very few of my friends liked it. There was a group of us, for the most part. My other friends were listening to Led Zeppelin, Kiss, and I hated this shit. Funny music, yeah. Country Western is really good for that. Weird novelty songs. The whole phenomenon of trucks and dogs, and I like songs about people leaving people, going to the bar and falling off bar stools. That shit is so good. It's real. It's like people did that. Yeah. I hate Kiss. They weren't good. They were Alice Cooper ripoffs anyway, along Marilyn Manson. Well, I like Marilyn Manson. It's hard to hate Marilyn. Marilyn admits stole everything from Alice Cooper. They're friends. Thank you, Alice, for creating me. You're welcome. Because the Coop did a lot of stuff. Yeah, they're flamboyant. Their lyrics were terrible. They attracted yahoos. All right, Mott the Hoople's the shit. And this is a really good song. It's good for your body. It's good for your soul. They only did like 2 or 3 albums. And then they quit, and Bowie wanted to kill them. Because this is Bowie's favorite band, so they got to be good. Glam as hell. Not keen on Ian Hunter's solo stuff. I listened to more of that. Well, Alice Cooper was a good showman, and he also could do lyrics and everything else. And his theatrics made fun. It was like an opera. So, no, Kiss just didn't do it for me. I didn't even like their makeup. They just didn't. They were a comic book in a bad way. I'll go with the Coop anytime, any way you slice it. Barely hit that note. No, Ian, not the greatest singer under the Roy Head style. And the songs were really good. A band where everybody in the band hated each other. Yeah. Who would you rather see, Alice Cooper or Kiss? I'll give you a billionth of a second to think about it. Cooper. I only got to see Cooper once, but I got to see Cooper at least. And that was in the 70s. So late Alice Cooper for my taste, but. And it was at a stadium, and I hate stadium shows. I hate him like anything. That was true. Alice Cooper's actually a cool guy, smart, and he's fun. And, you know, you can do radio very well. And he morphed into that. So he lives forever, you know? He's the Coop. Gotta love the Coop. Phoenix, Arizona, you know. There is very close associate with Frank Zappa, who don't like, but Frank Zappa launched a lot of really good bands, well, like Alice Cooper. My friend Brew would actually, Brew would be proud of me from playing this, and Tim too. They're huge glam fans too. None of us like hippies very much, I'm afraid. This handles probably can't be that easy to. Oh, you can do any topic you want. You're free to change the topics. I like being nudged in different directions. It's one of the things my channel is about, you know? And you're the only one on it, so you get to be the boss. You're the boss of me. Don't let it go over your head. You wield a mighty wrench, though. Almost everybody gets a wrench, but if you don't, there's some problem with you. A crosslight. Oh, cool. Cool. Those drop lights are really cool to have. I noticed the lighting generally sucks, so if you need good lighting, that's what you. It could be hell in your eyes too. Charging. I love shop lights. Keep going. Talk about shop lights, baby. Real slow. I have clamp lights. You know I'm about lighting. I have a lot of lighting for any mood. So I'm going with the purple and red a lot, though. I really do like this a lot. So it took me a long time to get used to the red, but once I learned how to use it, it works great. Good highlights. On the cheap, man. Big clamp lights, man. Need USB. Try to tell people, yeah, the lighting's simple and easy. Don't see why people get all weird about it. What I do for the lighting. Clamp lights. You only use them once in a while. They're still handy as hell, and they clamp. They stay out of the way. I don't like the super bright light LEDs much. They have a weird tint I don't like. It's almost like an aftertaste. Unless it's purple. If it's purple, it's cool. Red is really a cheap LED, and it's got kind of a red globe, so it's weird. It only looks red when I'm using it because it doesn't look red to me at all. It took me long to figure out that these things were just designed for cameras and not for daily lighting. Oh, why did they include Elton? I don't like Elton at all. They were shiny. I'll give them that. I don't know. I don't like Elton. People burnt out on Elton John for the rest of my life. Well, if you like it, you're lucky. It was very shiny. I think he was a little on the gay side. A lot of these glam people really weren't gay. David Bowie thought he was for a while, but he never was. You know, he was just on a lot of drugs. Back then, a lot of drugs. Things happen. I'm not discussing my history at all. None of your business. What happened in the Stone Age stays in the Stone Age. Yellow Brick Road is a great album. I just never want to hear it again. But he didn't write any of the songs. Bernie Taupin did. Bernie Taupin could write, so primarily that's what he did. Elton turned himself into kind of a joke. Really was. But, you know, it was solid pop. I understand why people like it. It's just not up to my standards, I'm afraid. Sorry, Elton, you're out. When you did that whole Princess Diana thing, it's made me want to puke. I do not like the royal family at all. They're swine. Know your history. You won't like the royal family. I don't care how Americans get all goo-goo about royalty. We're not supposed to like royalty. We're Americans. We got away from that crap, remember? We don't have kings and queens. We don't do that. We don't have dynasties. I don't like dynasties, you know? In short, I'm a good American. I sign up for America, not Britain. Ireland, Germany, yeah. France, no. There's my politics for you. Very simple. Countries I like and countries I don't like. And we don't know your stinking monarchy. Dear Lord. All it is a big tourist attractor, and all the royals turned into, well, they always were sickos, but they've all been exposed. That git in charge now couldn't even keep his wife. Come on. Meanwhile, monarchs, their spouses hate them. They just put up with it, and they don't get caught doing the nasties. Britain should have kicked the royal family out. Indiscretions. They're supposed to be better than us. That's the whole point of royalty. They're better than us. We're commoners. I'm the lowest form of. I'm sub-peasant myself. I was a peasant, but. A couple bands I can't don't remember at all. This is you. This is BBC. Yeah. Look at your Irish history, then you can understand the British monarchy, and you're not going to like them. Which I caught shit in Canada for that, because Canadians are royalty lovers, and if you insult the Queen or old queens, they get really angry. Victoria Day, or Queen Victoria, she was a genocidal swine. British royalty all over the money, which Canadian money is plastic and weird. It doesn't even seem like real money. When I had it, I refused to spend it or touch it. I get my allowance from the government and just hand it over to my girlfriend. She paid most of the bills. It's like, here, take the money. I went for months without handling money. I only spent money in Canada a few times. I went to the store and buying Canadian stuff with Canadian money, and it felt really weird. They knew I was an American because it was a small village. And Canadians are weird, and I've never moved. Well, I can't go back there because I'm not allowed. I'd have to. It cost me $15,000 to go to Canada, and frankly, I have no desire. I'd go to Spokane, which is close to there, and I like Spokane. Yes. Their medical care is terrible, so fuck them. I like Seven, though. Seven's my favorite Canadian. He's my token. I've had a lot of Canadian friends online, pretty much. Canadians are weird. Yeah, there's some cool ones, but they don't like Canada much. I've had a lot of online friends who just really want to go. They love America. They love the United States. It's like, really, I love the United States. They like the food. Hey, turd, how you doing? I assume you're working. We love Turd. Turd's cool. One of the best, man. Well, we're the best if you're here. If you're here, you're cool. It's instant. If you're on my channel and you have a wrench. Ant-Man, how are you? I'm doing okay. Good to see you. I gotta use some more. There he is. Ant has a wrench now. Ant's in the wrench category. He's gone from gray to blue. You're welcome. It's awesome to have a wrench. You think you're in the cult. You're a cult member now. This is some of the only Queen I like. I like a little bit of Queen. You're blue, man. You blue. Turd does need a vacation. I know you get a little overwhelmed, man. Gotta recharge. The mighty Ant. We love Ant-Man. He's blue. Yep. I don't go out. Sad. I'm kind of an agoraphobic in a way. I can fix it. All I need to do is put on my shoes and go out, and it's going to happen. The thing is, when Walnut Witch starts doing her lives outside, I got to do it too. And I'm going to the river because I have a river nearby. It's really pretty, and there are junkies all over the place right there. So you go. How to fix life? I have no idea. Live through it. Keep your sense of humor. If life sucks, make fun of it. I've been to Seattle. I prefer Portland. Seattle's a city, and it's nice. It's a place I visited. I really love Portland. I lived in Portland for a long time. Ah, damn it. Like done. I'm gonna do, yeah, I'll do outdoor videos because, yeah, I'm not leashed. If it's possible, I'm gonna do a live with Cyril. We got a sub Walnut Witch, Aspie, because she's my best friend in the world. She's the coolest, and she does the best crafting videos and gossip. Yeah. Saw coffee on my face. I've been there. She's just cool, and all the cool kids hang out on her channel because we have the same friends mostly. Turd, you're always welcome, man. I'm always happy to see you. I worry about you, young man. I worry about you. You and Sauce. He need to talk to his employers. Well, it's not, she's from, like, somewhere, Indiana. I'm allowed to say that. Nothing else. I want her to live here. I want her to live in the same neighborhood, on the same streets. We could just hang out. Then we could do the best live streams in the world. Her throwing stuff at me when she's gonna hit. I'd have to take it. She's a girl. Don't hit me anymore. I can't hit that. You're a girl. Pummeling her with her little hands. Yeah. Beaten to death by a hobbit. That's my fate. Yeah, you'd like this area. You'd like the woods around here. Indiana Post, yeah. In her heart, she wants to be a Californian. Yeah, the Amish, they don't even vote, do they? Maybe like auctions or laps or like plows. No, they use tractors and stuff. They use a fair amount of technology now, but I like this. I like the fact that they do it sparingly and. No, I'm south of Frisco. I'm about 70 miles from there. I'm in the Santa Cruz area, Watsonville, which is a pretty agricultural area near Santa Cruz. So it's not fancy. It's mostly Mexicans, which I like. I'm in hiding. Am I in hiding? I feel like I'm in hiding, but people can find me. I'm easy to find, but nobody bothers. It's like, why would you want to find me? I live in the next town, and some of my friends and neighbors show up. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Fine, ignore me. Yeah. Being in hiding is cool. I had to be in hiding for a long time because I didn't want to go to jail, but that stuff's over. I turned myself in a couple of times. Because I got tired of being in hiding, and I had nothing better to do than to go to jail. Ever turned yourself into jail? It's a trip. It goes like every molecule in your body. I get Social Security, and I get housing. So yeah, I get the resources I need, and I don't need any more. So I'm pretty much content with that aspect of my life. Financially, I'm okay. I get by. Housing, it's 3/4 paid for. So, or 30%, yeah, which is great. I'm more secure now than when I worked. I like Biden well enough. I really do. I don't agree with everything, but economically he's sound. Uh, he's too socially. Come to California, man. See some redwoods. Be good for you. Go to the beach. It's good for you. I can walk up a small mountain in the redwoods and walk all the way to the ocean in 2 hours. I don't like Trump. We're not going to agree about that, but we don't have to now, do we? I don't do that much politics here because my politics are from like Harry Truman. I'm a historian. I'm not very current. As long as I don't blow anything up. Retract it. Don't retract. We don't do that. But California is a big state with all kinds of. It's got whatever you want is in California. Ooh, T-Rex. I should know. It's George Washington. I'm old. Pretty old, but I'm not quite that old. I remember the Nixon days pretty clearly. I love Nixon. I still love Nixon. So there you go. I'm not that liberal. I'm down with the conservatives. They just haven't coughed up a decent candidate in ages. So. It's like my mom registered Republican her entire life, and she hasn't voted Republican in a long time. I'm not a crook. He kind of was, but he was a fucking brilliant man. He was a genius. He may have been our smartest president ever, but he made some big mistakes. Actually, he was a fall guy. His idiot friends got him into trouble, but he took the fall for it. That's a lot of it. And he played secret agent, which he learned from Kennedy, I think. Kennedy was awful, though. Well, not a Kennedy fan. Yeah. Yeah, I got to register. I'm going to register to vote because my ex keeps nagging me. I do want to vote in California politics, though, because California politics needs some help. Number one, we need to stop giving so much damn money for the rest of the country. We support the South. The southern United States, they're welfare states. Nixon struck. Yeah, my ex. She knows nothing about world politics. I fill her on that with history. She can't find the Ukraine on a map, or Poland or Finland, and knows nothing about those countries. And those countries are vitally important, more so than France. Don't fuck with Finland. Never fuck with Finland. Those people will kill you. The Poles too. That's why the Russians are really in trouble, because Hungary they went at NATO. So that stuff I know. I like world politics are intriguing, and I know my history well enough that shit. We can blame the English for everything wrong with this world. The English did it all bad, and I could. So, yeah. Stupid English. Gotta talk to Cobra about that. Dude, tell people you're Irish. Or Welsh. Say you're Welsh. It's probably Welsh. Yeah, it's Welsh. The Welsh are weirdos. I love them. Absolutely. The Krauts were not that cool. It's not that cool. And They've been apologizing it for the rest forever, unlike Japan, which never apologize for anything. The Welsh are cool. They are the hobbits. Yeah, the Welsh were the hobbits with a and the Cornish were the trolls. You can, or not the trolls, excuse me, the dwarves. And everybody bad was from Germany or from Europe, and the men were Americans. I'd go with this theory. Not that Tolkien would endorse it, but Tolkien was a rabid Catholic. I mean, a whole lot of the trilogy is really very Catholic. People have looked into it, and yeah, Tolkien was it. And Tolkien hated Disney, so you gotta love it. If you hate Disney, you're my friend. Uh, yeah, Tolkien would just rant about Disney, and Disney wanted to make the Hobbit, and they wouldn't allow it. Need a new one. I think I have something that I'm going to describe to you that later because I don't have the right words right now, but I have a really something that you need to do. You need a niche. I think I know your niche. Should have written it down when I was thinking about it too. Oh, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Something plausible. I know you don't like suspending stuff because that's sucky and that's not necessary. Color is yeah. You can do stuff with color. I'm all about the color. Yeah, that's what I'm about. I'm a colorful character. They tell me. Well, my ex always said. She knows my history. She knows my history. Hmm. Oh, cool. The nurse is cool. We love the nurse. I love the name, Nurse Joy. You know, I imagine she really is a nurse. Those are the cool donations. That's actually better than money in some ways. I imagined. Well, when she's not a rock and roll nurse, you got to look that up. that that isn't especially a nice thing. Called one of my exes a rock and roll nurse, and she almost punched me, even though she was one. Yeah, groovy, borderline prostitute. Yeah, I had lived with her problem, not this ex. Yeah, the craft stuff's neat. Makes you not want to spend money on crafting stuff just to support the household. And you can't have that. It should be all about you. It's all about you. God, I think that envelope is going to be there. I really think because I haven't gotten it. And it was pretty clearly addressed. So I hope so. That would make me very happy if you got that. I mean, I should send you my love all the time, but black envelopes they're goth. I wanted to send you something goth. Goth is black envelope is pretty goth. Cobra couldn't come up with that. I don't think Cobra mails anything. He just receives. Oh, I imagine he sells his wands, but I would love to know how many wands he actually sells. I'm worried about it too. I check my mail every day because I'm neurotic that way. Like, what's my that's where my housing stuff always goes. So I worry about that. I'm worried about that right now. So I got a letter from my landlord saying that he hadn't received my housing paperwork, but the letter was 3 weeks old when he got it, so it's okay. However, I had my social worker's on the job. He's connected with a big honcho who's a really good friend of mine. I have connections, believe it or not. I have connections, and that other people don't. That's why I got housing faster than the speed of light. Because I got it in 6 months. Nobody ever gets it that fast. But I got on a special program that my therapist made me sign up with, in addition to the honcho, one of the housing head of housing and placement and that stuff. So, and it's hard to get housing in this county. Really hard. It's people don't understand how fortunate I am because I get everything I want, I need, and a little of what I want. So I don't complain because essentially I got it made. So you know, keep a bitch like Americans don't get any. Yeah, some not all of us. Too few, but I get it. If everybody had my resources, it would be a happier world. If you had them, I'd be thrilled for you with you, because then you'd be independent, which is kind of cool. It took me a long time to get. Well, I stopped having girlfriends. That fixed a lot of things. I want my name on my own lease. I don't like having sharing leases or being on somebody else's lease because that's ruined my life more times than it can because women are fickle. Well, girls, I worry that I've ruined everything. They did. We take turns, but my ex was really good at getting us into a good situation. Then her family called her away, and we lose places to live. She did that a lot. That's one thing I fault her for. And she never copped to that, but I have horror stories. But we're still friends and stuff. I did a lot of my bad stuff too. We both did a lot of bad stuff to each other. So that's where that lands. At least I admit to my grievous faults and try to mend them. But she can't apologize, but she does it her own way. She does look after me. When I had my stroke, she was there in a heartbeat to bail me out, throw me in the car. Vibrating cinder. Fuck it. It's high time they were up. It's not that late. Jeez. Yeah, she was in a heartbeat. I mean, saved it. Found out I had the stroke and everything else. She was on top of it. When I found out I could actually legally get out of there, she was in the car with Cyril. So Cyril was there, jumped out of the car, tackled me. The nurse was like, "Oh, I had a stroke, but it's not this part of my body. He can leap on me. He's allowed." But she thought he was going to attack her. Oh no, it's just for me. And he leaped out of the window. He was so happy to see me. He knew something was up. He's my dad. I need my dad. He's a good dog. When he wants to tackle, he can tackle. He's 65 pounds of blubber and muscle. He's a great dog. He's an amazing dog, man. Not just because he's my dog. He's just an amazing dog. And people who love dogs and meet him, they're all over him. It's like, that's a dog. He's such a dog. He's very charming too. He's got the charm going on. He can only for women. He loves women. So I think I kind of played into that when he was a puppy because women would bend over to pet him, and I would get to see cleavage a lot. So Cheryl helped me mildly perv. Hey, I like cleavage. I'll look, okay? And women know you are, and if you're not too pervy about it, they like it. So I could tell. It's like they weren't repelled because I'm not that kind of guy. They could tell, but I'm still going to look because when cleavage is there, I look. I'm sorry. Got to think of the positives. Yeah, no, not out there to touch women and perv on them, but look. Oh yeah, women are pretty. Women are pretty things, and quite often I just smell good. Like, you know, it depends on how they look. It can be a flattering look or a creepy one. I have friends who are creepy as hell, and women were repelled, and they wouldn't understand. It's like, dude, you send out pervs rays, and they don't like it. Women don't like that. Feel threatened and repelled. I don't want to be like that. I do not like that. Yeah, I mean, that weird thing called respecting women as human beings, and they can be really pretty too. Pretty is a great thing. Pretty benefits the world. And you're a pretty girl. I appreciate that. You can tell me you're pretty, but not in a creepy way. Not some pervo troll. Really, I hate that shit. People do that with women. It just gives me ire. Like, God, you got to get away from her. You can't do that. This is not. I'm not. I'm harmless in that respect. Mm, yeah, again, not. Oh yeah, I'm flirty as hell. That is never. I am a compulsive flirt. Ask my ex about that. I flirt when I know you mean to. I'm just trying to be a little charming, and women like a little bit of charm, and my ex didn't like it one bit, one bit. I had a lot of female friends, which is dangerous. I realize it, and I understood why they're jealous because I can be a very jealous being, and it was a problem. Yep. Luckily, she didn't like much of anyone, so I'm kind of cut on that. She vaguely cared about me. She cared about her family. Vaguely, I was number third or fifth, or you know, yeah. Well, it's harder for women. Men just take it all as this giant come on, and that creeps me out. A woman is nice to you, therefore she must want you. I've been around that syndrome my entire life, and oh God, no. She's being nice. She doesn't want to climb to bed with you. Get over that because you're creepy. They can like you and still find you creepy. I mean, it's just, I've had friends and women just, I like you, but I hate your friend. Your friend is weird. Okay, I'll keep him away. I've been friends with guys who are terrible to women, but they're still my friends. But you got to educate them or try it or whatnot. But you just have to tell them, stay away from my female friends. Do it forever. Stay away from them. They don't want you. And a couple of them understood. Oh, come say hello. Get the hell away from me. Yeah. When I was doing street poetry, I had to do that a lot. My vulgar friends would show up and try to talk to me and try to talk to women like, I'm trying to, I'm working here. Let me get a poet. I got this charm thing going on, and I want a safe environment, and you're killing it. Because I had women friends when I was doing the poetry thing, and I guarded them. I chased weirdos off. So I was the anti-weirdo, and I did it. Get the fuck away from. She doesn't want to talk to you. She's talking to me. Because I'd have women come up and just kiss me and hug me just to chase away bad guys because it works. And I was never one to turn that around. I wouldn't take it too far, but if a girl's going to kiss me and hug me, I'm going to like it. Like, yeah, cool, this is a perk. You know, right on. You see, for not being a weirdo, you get perks. Little affection never killed. So that was flattering too. That's really flattering. So, back in my street days, when I was on the streets, living in the woods, mind you, I had a pretty good reputation. Even the cops gave me a pass on all kinds of stuff. Only had one cop give me shit and told me to take my poetry stuff away. And I told him, you need to go to the station and ask if this is legal or not. And I'm gonna close up, but you better let me know. And the guy did. The cop showed up and gave me $5, took my hands, and you're entitled to read poetry on the street. That was a good cop. And it was an older cop, and he apologized and said he was right. I shook his hand, and I'm not one to shake hands with cops. I don't do that. It's, anybody knows me at all, not really keen on cops, but anybody who apologizes with a handshake and means it, I'm going to apologize and shake the hand. I will do that. Is that gentlemanly or ladylike? I mean, I place a lot of respect on people who apologize, which is something I learned. It's one of my few virtues is I know when to apologize and I mean it. I was wrong. I can say that with equanimity. I was wrong. I am sorry. Not hurt. Not hard and doesn't hurt. Wish more people would do it. Makes life so much better. I've met a lot of very bad cops. Very bad. I've met a precious few really good ones. A very few. So, so in general, I'm anti-cop. Not in particular. Some cops are very good at what their jobs, and they're human beings. They want to be human beings to everybody, which the Constitution tells us to do. And the Constitution is supposed to be the rule and guide for cops. They should never violate that. You didn't need pictures of your stamps? Well, your stamps are going to sell like crazy, so you better start giving that. Your stamps are going to sell. I mean, they're a good gateway for marketing. And when a person buys one thing, they buy other things. Oh dear God, you and a couple other women I knew who were selling stuff. They were just so picky about photos, and they hated doing it. And they always went overboard. Take with what you got, and you can change up later. Just feel free to evolve a little bit. So evolve the damn things. You need to make some money, girl. And those stamps will make you money. Because they're funny as hell. Especially women are going to love that. We all hate sickos, but women, of course, hate sickos the most because apparently a lot of sickos are heteros. They go after younger women. Good Lord, you retarded old fault part. Get somebody vaguely your age. If you're an aging sicko, 30 and above, man. Come on, 30 and above. Still can be dodgy, but it's not pervy. Come on. We've talked about this too. My friend Susie agrees. We discussed age ranges. She's about my age. She says, 30, 35, it's fine. That's not pervy. It's 20s? Hell no. 20s is pervo. I mean, anybody past their 20s shouldn't even look at a 20-year-old because, number one, people in their 20s are horrible. They're not really adults yet. Oh, God. The thought makes me sure. Yeah. Women get better as they get older, and men need to realize that. Oh, I was horrible in my 20s. Not entirely. When I was single, I was great when I was in my 20s. Girlfriends, and I had a hassle, And I've had some good ones, and I was terrible. So, my wife, however, capped up my 20s and into my 30s, and boy, oh boy, she's older than I was by a piece. She was no young thing, but we're both crazy and drunk. And I was on drugs too. Doing a lot of walking powders, different kinds. Wired boy. Loved it. I really, don't get me wrong, it ruined my life, but I loved it. It's almost a fair trade. You live around hardcore bikers, you're gonna do drugs and drink. I did them both in abundance. Abundance. It still held a grueling 50-hour a week job. So So I pulled that off. And I worked. Boy, I worked. Oh, God, I worked. People get this impression that just because I live the way I do, I've always lived this way. No, I've been up and I've been down. Like on paper, the stamp kind of hovering over the paper would be the thing. Kind of like almost like an action touch shot. That'd be goth. But you got to make sure your ink is really vivid. So I think you need some better ink. Really, yours is fine. Yours is good for testing, but it should be green. Yeah, that's what you should be doing. You should wear nail polish on occasion because you're goth and shit. I would. I haven't worn my nail polish in a long time, and it's getting to be. I like to do that when cooking. The black fingers are totally goth. I'm not doing other colors. Yeah, you need it. When it wears out, you can add fresh ink too. I'm sure you know that, but you can take it on and off after. Do showbiz. Come on, showbiz girl. You put effort in your makeup and stuff. You pretty up really good. I like your mini phases of makeup. Sometimes I'm casual. Sometimes I'm goth. Oh yeah, they laugh forever. You can get the ink. The ink is essentially ink, like from fountain pens and stuff like that. So yeah, it works. I mean, the pads aren't cheap, so you can recharge them. Sometimes you're lazy, and sometimes you're not. But it works. People notice that. I'm pretty damn sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure that Jessica stole your makeup idea because it looks. She had made up and it looked like a clumsy version of what you do. It wasn't very good, but I swear I looked at God. That's Aspie's makeup, man. The hell, woman. Which was full better than some of the stuff she was wearing because she can't pull out goth. She could be pull off goth, and she understood what goth was. I mean, she doesn't get it. She doesn't get goth. She's not gothic at all. I mean, it's all in the makeup. You know. She doesn't dress goth. How hard is buy some black stuff? Hey, makeup's cool. Oh God, goth would upgrade her. She doesn't listen to the music. She doesn't get the fashion. Somehow she wants to be goth because of Cobra. No, you can't rip off the Cobra look. It's impossible. Nobody else can be like Cobra because it doesn't work. People try, people fail. You know, I watched when she's wearing his hat, and you could tell he was furious. But have you seen any of the video where he puts on his hat and his eyes are just blazing? He just grabs it back. You don't wear a man's hat ever, because I'm a hat guy, and women would take off my hat and wear it, and I would just grab it back. Like, don't mess with my hat. Don't hide my hat. Don't wear my hat. Don't launder my hat. It's incredibly rude. It's invasive. But she's very invasive. I hated that too because he's autistic. He's not touchy and feely within boundaries, but he likes. He just gives up on it when she takes over the computer. You don't do that. You don't. I would never crowd your computer. I'd be in the background, making an occasional quip, and just kind of being like Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson. I mean, whoever owns that channel owns the channel. It's all about it. You don't crowd people. I've seen panels where people just try to hog the whole thing, and I stopped watching those panels because you're supposed to play off the host. And, yeah, you and I can pull that off. You're on the couch, or we swap, out there and break things, drink coffee, and smoke, and look cloudy. That works. People like that. Other people to punctuate your streams, not populate them. Man, I mean, those are terrible streams. Some of them are funny. Some of them are just tragic. When the cops show up, good time to end your stream. By the way, just turn it off. Stream another day. So cops are there. People want to see more of the cops. Don't be targets. I mean, bring the cop up and stop doing this to Cobra. That would be great. He's a good guy. Leave him alone. What you're doing is illegal and immoral. The cop lecture. God, that'd be priceless. Would you please go on my live stream? They would. They're allowed to do that. Yeah. I want to get my social worker on a stream too. He'll do it. Caesar will do it. Yeah, I'll tell you how bad I am. He's horrible. He's a lunatic. Can't deal with him. I'm stuck with him. Keeps saying he's Mexican. Look at him. I am though. I'm Mexican. Caesar's fucking cool. Caesar's cool as hell. He's very good at his job. He's got to deal with a bunch of people he clearly doesn't like. Caesar likes us. We guys in the back building, he loves us because he can be himself. He can offload. He can complain about people. And what happens on my stream stays on my streams. He wouldn't go to details. He would just kind of make fun of me. Oh yeah, some Caesar's on. I just roll camera and not tell him. Wait a minute, Caesar. I'll be here in a minute. Ding, 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 tripod. And I always sit in my doorway, so he'd have a good view. I always sit in my doorway, blocking the universe. I don't like people coming into my room and my space. I hate it. I can't stand it. Yeah, candid camera Caesar. Mexican social worker. And he's a straight up homie. He's got tattoos of his family and crap. Shaves his head, and I'm really sure he's a good husband. He loves his kids. You can just tell that. But he has a history. I mean, God, he was a little kid. He's picking crops. He's Watsonville, straight up and down. He's proud of Watsonville. He lives in Watsonville. So if you live in Watsonville, you're in the not fancy part of Watsonville, you're a homie. There are people, Oh, he has a cousin who makes chorizo, so he's going to bring me some fresh homemade chorizo, and you're going to be jealous, Aspie, because it's going to be home and real pork rinds, fresh. And he told me a trick with stale pork rinds. You can turn those into a tortilla. You can turn pork rinds into a tortilla, Aspie. That's what's up. Imagine a pork rind tortilla. And that's what Caesar's wife does. That because they go look for a lot of pork rinds and chorizo at her house. Yeah, Yeah. I hear about his family, and they are straight up as Watsonville Mexican as you can possibly be. Pork rind tortillas would be fucking. That would have to be a video. That would be a hit. That is cool as hell. That was goth. Cobra would be so jealous. It's a tortilla made of pork rind, so it's pretty much going to be seasoned nicely. Yeah. You don't have to add any salt to that stuff. I love pork rinds. Mm-hmm. Pretty you make it a mush, pound it out, to make it tortilla shape. You wouldn't even really need to cook it. You wouldn't have to cook it. So really, make a mush, make a tortilla. That's what she does. It's nothing. You know. Somebody in your family bitches about if your pork rinds aren't fresh. Well, here you can get fresh pork rinds all over the place, and there are so many varieties. You'd be stunned by the varieties. The bag stuff works. I mean, that'll work fine. It's better to make it to a tortilla than actually eat them crunchy. But you know, though I like cheap pork, I like the baconettes with a whole bunch of tapatio, and so bad for you. But God, they're good. Pork rinds. I got my ex hooked on pork rinds for a while. And they smell like barf when you open the bag. If you're opening bag of pork rinds, it smells like barf. It smells terrible. They're delicious. You gotta get. You don't whiff them. Don't smell them until you eat them first. Don't go near through that bag. It's that bad. Doesn't bug me, but yeah. I need to go buying in Mexican stores because I really enjoy doing it. I gotta break myself out of the agoraphobia thing. It's just yeah, they do stink, but you know they're worth it. Yeah. Never married a girl who doesn't like pork rinds. There's something wrong with her. Something really wrong with her. My evil groupie ex really loved pork rinds. She'd go through them too. Oh God. No, actually, oddly, Caesar and I we talked about you because your first chorizo experience, and then she found out you're, in Indiana. Oh my God, the poor girl. Not enough Mexicans there. Probably not good Mexicans there. Yeah. Oh no. She doesn't live. She doesn't live in a Mexican neighborhood. That sucks. Always live in a Mexican neighborhood, man. It's really what's up. You can't go wrong living in a Mexican neighborhood. Yeah. Here, most of them are really family oriented. You know, they buy houses. They work themselves up from farm labor and send their kids to school and shit. Yeah, the gang thing happens, and this area is gang heavy. I don't. It's not dangerous to me because I'm a gawky white guy and they don't shoot people like me, which is a fact. I'm not a target. They're not going to shoot me. I'm not worth. I don't have guns. I have no connections, and I have no money. Why the fuck would they want to shoot me? I am not worth the trouble. That I don't go out at night anyway. My days of going out at night only lead to trouble. You know, it's like nothing good happens after 8 o'clock at night. If you can live by these simple rules, don't go to parties. Don't go to parties unless you can go to a party as long as you spend the night. That was one of my rules, especially when I was drinking. I'm gonna have to sleep here, even if you hate me, I'll sleep on the floor. Throw a rug over me, but I'm not going home drunk. I'm just not going to do it because you end up in jail that way. So that was my rule. If people wanted me to go to a party, guess what? You get a house at gas. I can pass out anywhere in the amount of noise. Just walk over me. So, I don't miss parties. I was forced to socialize too much in my life, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because you and I have things to do and nobody else is watching, but I don't care. I've been enjoying this. So you and me hanging out. Gotta love it because you're my bestest friend. But I'm going, and you go do something, your important stuff that's going to make you rich. And you're already famous, so we got that part. Got to work on the rich. Take care, sweetheart. You know I love ya.